Voters are out in full across the state this afternoon with 3 hours to go until the polls close.
That's right. Right now, we have live coverage for you. The 12 News journalist team is spread out all across the valley.
So let's begin our coverage this afternoon with Rachel Cole. She's live at a polling location in Tempe. How's it going out there, Rachel?
You guys, it's going good, but boy, do I feel old being out here amongst all the ASU students who are such proud first-time voters. Here they are. They've been flooding this particular area near the ASU Fitness Center where there are plenty of areas to cast your vote. And at last check, the line stretches about a half mile all the way to Rural from Normal Avenue, where we are on Lemon Street. And the wait's about 30 minutes, but it's moving right along. Again, a lot of ballot areas open in the gymnasium, and of course we are 75 feet away from the entrance, and there's a lot of people out here with clipboards and information educating some of the voters as they head into the polls to cast their ballots. A very exciting time for a lot of the first-time voters that we spoke to. We just talked to a couple of freshmen. Here's what they had to say.
I feel like just the environment, like everyone coming together to have one common purpose it's just inspiring, you know?
You know, I feel like voting in person is a very great aspect in life because it's our right. You know, everyone has a right to vote if you're legal and all the qualifications match up. So I feel like if you are going to vote, you got to do it the right way. Come in person, come down to ASU Tempe and put in your vote.
So many of these first-time voters just really love the whole aspect of showing up, waiting in line, and getting that opportunity to vote for the average of 79 different choices on their specific ballots. We know there are 2 full pages front and back, so a lot of decisions to be made, and we know a lot of them use the voter guide to really do their homework, and no pun intended, out here on the university campus before they cast their ballots. So a lot of pride out here at Arizona State University, and the line, again, super long, stretching all across the intramural fields, and anybody who is in line before 7 o'clock will be good to go. And again, plenty of voting locations right inside the gymnasium for those students and anybody else who wants to come cast their ballot out here. But we are at Arizona State University in Tempe. We'll send it back to you guys.
Right, Rachel, thanks. Let's go to Scottsdale now, where 12 News journalist Tricia Hendricks continues our coverage from another polling place.
And Tricia, what are you seeing there?
All right, we'll get back to Tricia as soon as we figure out what's going on with her mic, but let's give you a live look right now at some of the lines from Avondale City Hall. We'll go to our West Valley cameras there. This was about a 30-minute wait this afternoon.
Yeah.
I see Sean Rice waiting.
Yeah, Sean Rice is in the West Valley. He's I think he's still over in Glendale. Did he move to?
No, I think he's still in Glendale.
Oh, he's still in Glendale.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sean is still in Glendale. He's saying yes. Sean, how are things looking there for you?
Yeah, hey there, Mark and Creeby. We are still in Glendale. We are at the Foothills Recreation and Aquatic Center here in Glendale. And just in the last couple of minutes since we last spoke about a half an hour ago, it feels as though a lot of the people who maybe worked today are now out of work and are returning here to vote, maybe drop off their ballot, maybe even voting in person with just a little less than 3 hours left until the polls close. I want to walk back here. Right here to my left, these are folks with Elon Musk's organization, the petition to save Second Amendment rights and the rights to bear arms. They're here. Just next to them is some Trump supporters. These are people who are handing out voter guides, also advocating for LD 27 to remain a Republican House district, as well as LD 8 in the Senate district as well. As we walk to our right, there's some folks here with the Kamala Harris campaign. They're also passing out voter guides, extending their support for her come this evening. Now, an interesting thing about this, we've been out here for the last couple of hours, and it feels as though there's more folks who are coming in here today to deliver their green ballot, drop it off in person rather than filling out a ballot. Maybe that's because it's a 2-page ballot, first time since 2006 that has been the case. We don't really know those reasons, but take a listen to a gentleman who's been here for multiple hours and what he has to say about the amount of people turning in their ballot versus voting in person. Take a listen.
A lot of them are coming in with the green envelopes, and in fact, I think the majority of the people coming in my estimation, have the green envelopes, which means they've received them in the mail and voted at home.
And guys, ultimately, I think what that's led to is really no lines here in Glendale so far, at least at this polling location. We haven't heard of any crazy lines or anything like that that's preventing people from getting in to have their voices heard this election cycle. Inside is where the voting is happening. No lines because we're told that they're really separating folks in there, giving them enough room to be able to each cast a ballot, fill out a ballot, or if they're just dropping it off, drop it off here in Glendale. So guys, it appears as though the West Valley is certainly excited about Election Day today. We'll be here talking to voters throughout the evening tonight. We're live in Glendale. Sean Rice, 12 News.
All right, it's good to see everything is going well out there in the West Valley with Sean in Glendale. Okay, we'll check back in with you a little bit later, Sean.